if I was in the business of epic ownage, like I would just debate Ethan personally. You know what I mean? That's never been my concern. That's never been my consideration. Not really much else going on in my life. I just usually tap out, look at some NBA highlights on my TikTok, and then I go to sleep. Woke up early, played some basketball, won one game, lost one game. Not great. I don't know what our standing rankings are. Me versus that one HasanAbi hit who's a basketball dunk coach. I don't know if he's in the chat or not. I hope he's not, because I got cooked. But to be fair, my ankle was messed up, so I couldn't be at full capacity. But it's all good. Won the first game. Second game, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to shoot threes. And I almost got like skunked almost. When I was like, I'm not going to shoot threes, I almost got destroyed, which is not good. Not good at all. It's not good. I'm too much of a nasty 3-point shooter, dude. It's crazy. I can't stop. So have you thought about having any of the Majority Report crew other than Sam, Matt B, Emma, Brandon, Matt L on your podcast? On my podcast? On my broadcast? Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't have it, Why was you not at the Bernie Sanders interview? Guys, I'm not going to do a get out to vote initiative for the Kamala Harris campaign, directed by the Kamala Harris campaign. What are you talking about? Like, I am entirely too critical to do that. I think it would not be honest of me to do such a thing. Like, where's your shirt from? Oh, great question. Thank you for asking. This is my shirt, my merchandise that's going to be coming out tomorrow. That's the daily flex. As the flex of the day, the showcase, the merch. Did you listen to the daily about the gender in the elections? What do we think? I have not listened to the daily this morning because I was playing basketball and then I had a long call with, let's just say, a reputable mainstream media outlet that wants to do a profile on the boy, but that's neither here nor there. When it starts, when it happens, we'll talk about it. Is Harris no longer slated to go on Rogan? What happened? That's a massive flub, in my opinion. That's a genuine L if she said no to that, because Joe Rogan, for all of his faults, Joe Rogan absolutely is like a right-wing guy. We know this already, but he literally will always glaze whoever he's interviewing. Okay, he is the most agreeable person on the planet. Kamala Harris could get Joe Rogan to think that it's a brilliant idea to give $50,000 in tax cuts for small businesses. Okay, Joe Rogan would be like, oh yeah, well, have you seen this video of an ape? Like, that's what he would do. So absolutely, she should have done that interview. I don't know why she said no to it. I hope she does do the interview, because I'm like on board. I'm on board with the what do you call it? I'm on board with the content. I'm on the content train. Joe Rogan and Theo are the two of the least confrontational right-wing podcasts. I wouldn't even put Theo on the right-wing orbit, to be honest. What is this?
DC leather carrier. Why would Ethan talk to Sam about an issue he has with Hasan? Ethan said Sam wouldn't agree with Hasan's takes. Well, he doesn't know Sam. He's coming at us too. Like, he's clearly got a bee in his bonnet, and he should talk to Sam about it. And also, Sam basically agreed with Hasan's perspective without, I mean, he didn't really dive into what he saw, but I've seen enough of Hasan to know that there's no real degree of difference here. And the people...
Like, even if that conversation takes place and the most, like, disingenuous framing is applied in that situation... I'm pretty sure Sam is, someone who is very aware of how like things can be framed, especially when you are at odds with the rest of American society in terms of foreign policy. So, I have not talked to Sam at all beyond the fact that I was like, I think it'd be cool if you could talk to Ethan about this sort of stuff. Like I never said anything like more than that.
Chris Burdick said...
It's funny, there's certain people that could have Sam on, but they'd rather take screenshots of our YouTube chat. It's coward behavior, I would say.
I had the flu since Friday, so I did just see, that Ethan Klein has included me in his attacks on Hasan. And again, like I have maybe an old school media diet, so I don't follow some of this Twitch stuff. I only really follow Hasan and Vosh to a lesser extent because I'm friendly with both of them, and so I know their work from being friendly with both of them. But when I see this other stuff crop up, I'm like, Jesus, like where did this come from? But apparently, I guess there's been some issue with
I've seen some pretty gross comments out of a lot of different mouths.
Well, you actually listened to two people you just mentioned who are like in that world, but are in that world for, you know, weird reasons, because they actually are knowledgeable about the issues and actually do the work and talk about things that they know about. Talking about, you know, someone like a Hasan or a Vosh, like whatever you think of them personally, they clearly do the work and know what they're talking about and are very educated on the subjects they're talking about. The people that the other people were talking about, it's the same sort of.
I haven't seen a Vosh mission in a long time.
The thing I was talking about earlier, when you have these people who don't know very much and bloviate about things. I mean, it's no surprise that so many of the people from the gaming world who made all their fame from playing World of Warcraft or some shit like that, all of a sudden over the past year or so, or a couple of years, all of a sudden they're all of a sudden political experts and talking about this stuff. Like they've been, you know, all of a sudden that's how they gained their fan base. No, they're doing the same thing they did with when they were streamers for video games or whatever. They're creating as much controversy and drama as possible because all they care about is views. That's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. There's no other way around it, because that's that whole industry. You see it for all these guys.
When people that are uninitiated, okay, random people online, see random points that might even be clipped out of context, I respond to it. I tell them that it is not correct. I show them that it is not correct. Okay. And then I move on. I respect you for being charitable after all this shit. Respect, brother. There's a couple reasons for that. Some of the reasons is because, like, I think that every single person is never too far gone and that you can change their minds. I've known this person for a very long time. I still do think that's why I keep saying, still keep saying, like, just talk to Sam Cedar. He is a person that you respect, not because, like, and privately, not because I think that like it's going to be an epic own. If I was in the business of epic ownage, like, I would just debate Ethan personally. You know what I mean? That's never been my concern. That's never been my consideration. Like, it's not like I'm somehow scared of the secret truths that he has unearthed. Like, what do you mean? It's just like the same smears I have heard a million times over. This is not about debating. If I didn't think that this was salvageable, if I didn't think that Ethan could have a change of heart on this issue, I wouldn't even suggest talking to Sam Cedar offline. You know, I don't think I can convince him. No. I've tried, and it very clearly, demonstrably did not work. So I think someone else with lived experience could be better equipped, and someone that he does respect, because I don't think he respects me, could do a better job.
I think a lot of YouTube channels or Twitch channels or other, they're getting notes from algorithmic like experts about how debate and conflict is actually like the biggest driver of views right now. You know, I used to work and look at some of those analyses, and you have to change your coverage based on that kind of stuff to get more views. And I think a lot of channels are following suit. We all have to make money. I get it. But I think what I like about what our show does is that we are a consistent product. And I think it also creates less volatility, because when you're constantly chasing, like, this is what this consultant or this person on this platform is telling you is doing the best for numbers right now, then that's going to change the next year. And then you have to change your value proposition or what you're providing for people in the next year. I would rather just do the same show the same way. I mean, adjust accordingly to an extent. But I do think, like, people should be aware that right now, my hunch from seeing on the outside is that there's a lot of data telling these
No, extending shareability is pure malpractice on your part at this point, and you know, especially since he's out there smearing people close to the community, i.e. Rogan. Dog, the f*** are you talking about? The f*** are you saying? It's not just about Rogan either. It's me as well. Like, what do you mean malpractice? Let me do my thing, okay?
YouTube channels that debate and disagreement is driving a lot of views and money for people.
Well, that's because they can't do what we do. They can't do like a Torts conference show or have Mark Joseph Stern. None of them want to do this like deep. I mean, I'm just looking through our recent shows, and it's just like all things that none of these people want to do.
Yeah.
Like it's like our first half. None of these people have the depth for it. And so
Ethan does not believe his opinions are wrong or colored by his bias at all. He's not trying to learn or grow. I know, but That's why I'm saying that a person like Sam Cedar could potentially convince him otherwise. Okay. And people are like, oh, at what point is your friendship irredeemable? This is not about my friendship at all, dude. I don't want another very large progressive content creator to fall down a right-wing rabbit hole on this issue. Okay. That's it. The point is, I don't think he's going to turn around like a big chunk of his audience from seeing this issue in a different way. That's it.